Hello, I'm Zardus, and let's do a Planet Zoo stream for lunch today. Happy Friday. I hope you are doing well. And yeah, let's go ahead and jump in here to Planet Zoo. We are working on the Northwest Woods Zoo that we started on Monday, I believe it was. And I think what I want to do is get the Arctic fox, but I need to decide where we're going to put it. So this is the prairie dog in here in this habitat. Yeah, prairie dogs. And I think what I want to do is we'll get the bison or antelope maybe or something over here. We're kind of doing a loop is what the plan is. And then we'll have some bigger habitats back in here for like the moose or the wolf or stuff like that. And maybe we'll get buffalo back there too. But I'm thinking maybe the fox goes over here then. I think that's what we'll do because they don't need a ton of space, and that's why I've kind of picked them for today. But they do need grade 2, greater than 4 feet. So it should be pretty similar to what we're doing already. I want to bring this staff path a little bit further here and have it loop in like that. And then we'll bring a guest path, same thing here, like we did over here, where we bring it in for the habitat. And I think what we'll do is just loop it like this. Yeah, and then we can get the barrier over that way. So we'll do wood again. We'll have it start back over here. Try and get this to be a nice curve-like thing. And keep it close to... Oop, that was not what I wanted. Keep it pretty close to the path here. And then that's probably good. And we'll do the same thing with the terrain, where we raise it up on the backside to make it easier for them to see. But I do want... We'll do grass, I guess, for this. Get them about that high. Bring it along like this. Then we'll send a different thing down. We'll do heavy soil. Smaller here, and oh, wrong thing, I want to go down so we can get a little cave in there as well, so they can have a den. That should be good. And we will flatten here. We want switch back to grass, flatten out above it here. And then we want to smooth the soil. Oop, that was totally not what I wanted. Undo that. We want smooth. We need to get this to be an accessible path that the foxes can make it down there. Maybe even push this down a little bit. And then we should be able to smooth it a little bit more here and down there. That should work. So hopefully they can get in there. That'll be fine the way it is, I think. And then we want to smooth this side. We'll get grass again. Make this a bit bigger. The inspector is arriving soon. I'm not too concerned about the inspector, because we're so early in the game that, like, there isn't much for him to inspect anyway. Hopefully that will be good there. And over here we should be able to get the foxes to go up on there too. Mechanic research is complete. That is important because they were working on the New World theme. Let's get them on drink shops then, I guess. Vet research is complete. We did another thing of black prairie dog, so let's go over there and see what else we can add. Facilities. We want the Nope, not facilities. We want habitat. We want the prairie dog, black-tailed prairie dog. No new toys. So, that's a cooler. That's a heater. Yep, no new toys. We need one more thing researched, and then they'll be able to do that. But over here, again, I want, first of all, this barrier. From here over to there, I want to have glass. So now, if they're in here, they can't really see them down there. Oh, look, the inspector has arrived. What are you going to inspect, Inspector? Just the prairie dogs. Excellent. I think what I want is I want to pull this up a little bit higher along the back here. But I'm really just wanting a little bit of a hill to get those foxes so that they can see them up on that area, on that ridge. And then we should be able to extend the barrier out this way. Although, let's see, how many can be in a pack? 8. They can have 8 in there. If we do 8 adults, 424, yeah, so we should be able to fit in here just fine. Very good. Let's go ahead and extend this out this way then. And I think we'll bring this up along the back side of this. So that it also creates a like background or backdrop for them. Yeah, that should work. Yeah, I like that. Okay, then we'll get an entrance over here. Habitat gate. Right there. And this path can just extend out this way. And then we'll get a facility in here. We want staff. We want just the keeper hut, the small keeper hut here. Put that right here. Terrain modification failed. How about right there? Okay. Now we want to put that in the work zone. Staff, work zone. I'm going to add that and that. Very good. And I also want to check to make sure power does not quite extend out far enough. We won't be able to get a education board on this side. We can get it on this side though. Vet research is done and the inspector has finished. Let's keep going on the prairie dog. Let's go ahead and match that out because we don't have much to search right now. I want this. Okay, we'll go this way. Inspector report. Here we go. View report. Cleanliness. Very good. And the prairie dogs had 4 stars. So 3 stars overall. Not too bad. I think we're going to need to get a power thing in here, but that's going to cost a bit of money, and I don't want to do that just yet. Instead, I want to go in here and... Oh, they can get a melon feeder now. Go ahead and give them that. So they can eat a watermelon. And give them an herb scent marker enrichment up there. That should get them to go up a little bit more. Environment, terrain. Where are the... There's one. You... Enrichment is 70%. So we are in good shape. We're like making good progress that way. Let's now switch this to the sheep. Or not the sheep. The fops. What is it called? Arctic fops. That's what's going in here. Should be pretty high here. Arctic fops. There we go. So we want to get a little bit of bedding down in the bottom. It should be good. And then we want a water pipe in here. And we need food. A food tray here. And then they need... Do they need water? Shoot. No, they don't need any water requirement. Okay. Just was weird that that is a jetty bedding platform. It's pretty much just a pallet. I don't think we want that. They can get a sprinkler, though. Up there. We do need to fix the terrain here. There we go. So they should still be able to get down in there. And hopefully they can get all over in there. How high do we have this barrier right now? 2 meters. That should be more than we need. Okay, we should be ready. Go to the market here. We can get 1 right now. It has a lot of appeal, though, so it should be good. Let's go ahead and adopt that. Put him in the quarantine. Or her. I didn't really pay attention to the gender of that one. But then they'll move in here, and then we can figure out what else we need. Probably need some coolers. It's a little bit warm for them. But also we should get donation bins. Get 1 here, and 1 over here. And an education board. That over here. It should have power here, so that should work too. Yeah, we'll be able to put stuff on there. Perfect. Let's get another board. Get one of these ones in here. And this one can be, I don't know, ecotourism or climate change. That'll be good here. The Arctic is changing. So that should be good. Guests are not super happy. They are hungry and thirsty, but we have our mechanics working on that. They're researching drink stalls. And then we'll be able to build something in here. And once we get a second habitat up, it should make the zoo a little bit more appealing as well. I'm a little concerned that we're going to need more staff, and we don't have the money for that. Finances, we had positive cash flow. I mean, we're doing okay, not terrible. So it should be okay. Let's go in here and check animals. Are you still in quarantine? Quarantine complete. Okay, move over here. Somebody will move him there. I'm going to have some coffee in the meantime. As our zoo is slowly starting to come together. We'll want to add some more trees. In fact, let's go ahead and add this one. This is like a screening tree that we're using. Just to block off some of that staff facility back in there. And then we have these giant cedars that are also adding a little bit of intrigue to the whole area. Did our animal get moved yet? Where are you, buddy? In transit, okay. It should not take so long to get here. Let's go in the market as well. Still have that filter here. Quarantine passed, yes. You should be moving now. Try it again. Move over here. Sometimes it can be a little bit tricky and not quite work right. But hopefully that will happen. We want to, once we get more available, we're going to add more. And hopefully we'll get more foxes in here. Let's go ahead and rename this Arctic Fox. And pause for a minute. I want to click on him and see navigable area habitat. Traversable area. Okay, so he can get down into the bed and he can get up above. So that's all I cared about there. terrain. We want more short grass and, well, just more short grass, really. No, less short grass. More soil and more rock and sand. Okay. Let's go ahead and get rock up here. Get a bit smaller. And make it a little bit smooth as well. Just mix rock in there and then soil. And we can get soil over this way too. Just kind of mix that all in there. Lessen the amount of the short grass. And we've got a lot back in here too. There we go. So that should make that a good amount. Unpause here. He should be happier now. How much space? 800. And how much did we decide we needed? If we have 8 of these... Okay, we're going to have plenty of space in here for however many we end up with. They want tundra taiga. Let's go see what nature we can have. Continent, North America. Taiga. We get a little bit of flowers. And, well, no, let's get trees first. Even a mossy rock. Get a fir pine. Get a few of these in here, in fact. Kind of add a little bit in here to really make that an intriguing little terrain. Get these bushes down in here just to add a little bit more foliage. So hard to see in challenge mode. But we make it work. We don't want festive spruce. Don't want a giant cedar. It's not quite right. Labrador tea would be good, though. Yeah, just get a few of those in there. A large one. Some up here, too. And get something else in there. Sure, get this bush here. Vet research complete. We'll check on that in just a moment. That might be pretty good. Just to add a tiger rock in here as well. Just to add just a little bit of something else in here. Once that sun comes out, it'll be easier to see how this is looking. But I kind of want to get these in like this. So they can have a little bit of a rocky terrain there. Yeah, it's gonna work out well. Get a smaller one in here. And what I really just want is a little bit sticking out here to get that texture from the rock. Yeah, like that. And then get one more up here. There we go. That should be all the nature they need. See if we can get another one. Perfect. This one, we're going to have 2 females then. That's okay. At some point we'll get a male. So they will go there. Keeper has been assigned to this. They have welfare issues. They are stressed. Oh, we need to be able to hide them then. Okay, I wonder... I don't think we can make this a one-way glass. Yeah. So we can't get them able to hide from that. We're going to have to do it with foliage. That is going to make it a little harder. go ahead and give them a seat. Well, no, that didn't really give them the hiding space. Okay, we'll have to wait for that. That'll be in barriers. Vet research complete. Let's get that out of there. Prairie Dog can do more. Let's get them on the Arctic Fox now. But in the meantime, let's switch this back over to Prairie Dog and see what else we get. So now we have here a tennis ball. Let's go ahead and give them a tennis ball to play with. And that should hopefully be what they need. Enrichment 91%. So they are in good. They're happy. That is really good. Over here, they are not quite so happy because they get stressed. But up here, they're far enough away. Yeah, they can't be seen very well up there. So it's really just a matter of when they're out in the front. So they can find where they need to hide. Let's see if we have anything they can have. Arctic Fox. They can have a tennis ball too. Perfect. And let's go ahead and give them a cooler. Put that here, I guess. Yeah, we'll get one here. And we'll put one up here too. And hopefully that will be good enough. We'll get that cooled to 28. Both of them, 28 degrees. It's going to be expensive during the summer months, but that'll be fine. So we have more guests that are happy here. This one had a disease in quarantine, so they are now getting fixed. We have no security. That is fine. Oh, but we have a damaged barrier. Mechanic requested, yep. That's too bad. Frustrating. Where is the mechanic? Staff. Mechanic. What are you doing? You're conducting research. Okay, let's go ahead. We're going to hire another mechanic so we can have one always doing research. And we will get a security guard now. And I guess that's all we'll do for now. So I want work zones. Both of these are going to be assigned to entrance and admin. So they're going to walk around here. Quarantine has passed now. So you can move in here. And can we get any more? Yes, a male. Perfect. That means we'll be able to breed them now. And that'll be very helpful. In the meantime, the mechanic was working on drinks. Oh, there we go. Drink shops. So we can get a drink shop. You should be on food shops now. So now we should be able to go in here and get at least one drink shop. What? No drink stall there. Oh, okay. There should be. This way. There we go. We've got some drink stalls. We could actually do chief beef now, too. Let's go ahead with just the Planet Zoo drink shop. A very basic building here. We'll get Gulpy here. That should already open, and we'll get a food shop over on this side. And eventually, I want to have a bigger, like, food court thing in here. But for now, this will work. And let's get a few benches and things out here. That is here, benches, and we need bins. New World bench is fine. Let's get several benches that they can sit and eat at, or sit and drink. should work, and then we can get a few trash bins. All over the place here. Quarantine has passed. We can get that male fox in. This one's in the wrong spot. Here we go. Okay, male fox. Animal storage. Animals. You are ready to be moved. Over here. Right, so that should be good. Finance, we are still making a profit, so that is important as well. It's all about those donations. Without the donation bins, we would not be doing well. But now the vendors here should, I mean, that should really help the guests be a bit happier. They'll get their hunger and their thirst satisfied, and we need to get a toilet. Look at that. That fox has joined a pack already. Perfect. Guest facilities. Let's get a toilet. We'll do a small toilet. And we can just put that... Oh, that's a weird shape. I don't want it to go in there. I guess we'll put it here. Yeah, that works. That tree is kind of in the way. Let's move the tree. Over here, I guess. No, I don't like it there. Let's move it elsewhere. There we go. Okay. So now we have a toilet. We have food and drink. That should make the guests quite a bit happier. And we have... Our zoo is off to a good start. Let's go ahead and speed it up, have some coffee, make some money, and figure out what we're going to do next. So next, we are sorted by North America, habitat. I think we'll do the bison and antelope. I think they're going to go back over here, and we'll give them a big habitat. Yeah, because then we could bring this path back this way, and we could get another staff thing here and get the entrance there. Vet research complete. Excellent, you're researching the fox. Keep at it. Mechanics, keep at it as well. Did this barrier get repaired? Call mechanic. Yeah, it's good. Very good. What is this? We can claim, because we had 300 guests, we get a $1,000 bonus. Very good. If we place and adopt 2 different exhibit species, we get something else too. Get 1,000 for that. Info center. Okay, we can do that. We'll go ahead and get an info center here towards the entrance as well. Yeah, that can go right in here. Vet research complete already. Very good. And now it's getting dark again, of course. Habitat, so we should still be on the fox. They don't... Oh, here, Curio Ball. That's interesting. It, like, spins around. Okay, let's move it over here. So they should go over that way to eat, and then over here they can go to play. What was that one? We just had something new pop up. I'm not quite sure what it was. That's okay. Did we have somebody get born? Oh, yeah, somebody has matured. So we have some young prairie dogs here. Let's check on them. We have 4 prairie dogs. One of them is elderly. The female. The only female we have. Okay, so we need to get a new female prairie dog. We get a whole bunch of Arctic foxes now, but we don't need them. We do need a female prairie dog, which we can't get right now. Okay, so we'll have to watch that. But we want to... Oh, the Arctic fox is about to mate. Perfect. We want to look at the bison. They need grade 3. And the antelope, which... I don't remember what their first part of it is. Here, let's do this. North America, again. We want Pronghorn Antelope. They want grade 2. Okay, so we want to pay attention to the bison. He needs grade 3. Yeah. Fence will work. Low durability on, or low dilapidation rate on that though. So that is, actually that's good. We want low dilapidation. Let's go back and slow down again. We made quite a bit of money, so we can go slower. Arctic Fox says low welfare. That's because they are upset about the social, so they are stressed from people seeing them. We eventually, we're going to have the mechanic. Okay, oh, he's ready now. Food shops are done. You are going to go on barriers then, so that we will be able to eventually get that one-way glass. Okay, and then we are going to work on the bison. So they can have 14 in there. We want a whole bunch of space here. If there are 14 of them, they need 1,500 square meters. What about the Pronghorn Antelope? I wish that the filter would, like, stick in place. Pronghorn Antelope, you need a lot of space as well. How many can be in there? 10. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab this wood log. Going to create a new wall, not in that direction though. Okay, we'll do it this way. And actually, we need the path to come in first. So we're going to do a couple of different things here. This area is going to go out like that, and it's going to be a pretty big habitat. So we need to get a path into there. And what we'll do is we will bring a wooden path, I think. Or, I wonder, we could raise the terrain up here. Sculpting. If we bring this up to about here, and then flatten it along here, we can essentially bring a path that they'll be able to see in that habitat a little bit over here. Then bring it back this way, in between the two. Then we want to smooth this out over here so that we can get our path here. That should work there. See what we can do with that. We want a 4-meter path, not wide enough. Oop, wrong thing. Flatten to foundation. Let's make this wider. We're going to get the path up here, and then we will smooth it out some more. And I'm wondering if... yeah, that's not going to work. Terrain too uneven. Yeah, that idea is not going to work. Let's take that back out. Can we reduce that and get our money back? I don't know how far I can just hit undo. Eventually we could just, you know, flatten it back out, but that'll cost more money. And I like to get the money back when we can. It's really not that much money though. Let's go ahead and sculpt this back flat. And then what we'll do is we will bring the path. We'll have a wooden path. Can go off of this, and actually let's make it a little bit wider, because it's going to go for a little ways here. Bring it along this way, and then go up. I'm going to ramp. And go in here. So I want that to be high enough. That should be high enough there that we could get the barrier underneath. How high does it need to be for the antelope? It needs to be 1.25 meters. And the bison, it needs to be 1.25. Okay. So it doesn't have to be very high at all. What we're going to do is bring this down, say 1.3. Okay, that got through there just fine. Okay, so we can go underneath there. That'll be fine. So then what we'll do is this path will come back around this way. And this side can just be one bigger ramp, I think. So this side is a little bit more... actually, we'll make this even closer. Yeah, I want it to be stairs, but I don't want it to be like that. I want it... Bring it off this way. Okay, I guess it's going to be a ramp. I like it being a little more gradual over on this side, though, because then it is easier for guests on like wheelchairs to get up. So we'll bring this down to 1.34. And we want to bring this through here. And could just join it here. Yeah. Okay, then on this side, we want to go in here, wherever we can. Okay. And then this is going to be a nice big habitat here. Can go all the way around like this. So guests should be able to see just fine in here, but it should also be a very large area for the bison and antelope. We can get a path here, which will be a staff path. And that just goes over like this. And then we can get another facility in here. Get another keeper hut right in here. Excellent. Then we want to put this on the work zone. We want to let that research complete. Yeah, they can do that. Perfect. Work zones. Edit. Get these on here and go ahead and get these in that area. Although I think we'll leave the shops out of the work zones, come to think of it. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see how the vendors do. I don't know for sure what they need. But now we should be able to get some bison in here. So let's filter by American bison. Confirm. We can get one male. Him over in here. Now, can we get the vet on that right away? No, because he's not in the zoo yet. The fox is stressed. Mechanic, are you still? You're still on barriers. Okay, that's not ready yet then. People are pretty happy though. Zoo isn't great yet, but we will get there. We will definitely get there. Let's get another big tree. I like these big trees. I think they really add a lot to the build. Get some of the smaller ones in here too. Just thinking that some trees really fill in space, and I want it to be like a woodsy type of zoo. That's why it's called Northwest Woods. We're gonna have a lot of trees so that when people are walking through here, it feels like a forest. Yeah, that is good. So they come in here. You can see lots of trees there. You can go over here and get in and see the prairie dogs. Need to get something in here yet. And I'm not quite sure what that's going to be just yet, but we will get there. So the animal, we should be able to get the vet on buffalo soon, or bison. Still in quarantine. Quarantine, you're still under quarantine. I don't know why here it says quarantine complete when clearly it is still under quarantine, but whatever. That's fine. Let's go ahead and buy an antelope or see what else we can get. That's the bison. Oh, they found a disease in that one. Maybe that's in a different one, actually. Hopefully not. Pronghorn Antelope. Didn't we just search for that? Yeah, it's not finding anybody. That's too bad. Okay, let's get the vet on the disease then. Must have found that somewhere else. Which is too bad. We have a good amount of money now. Okay, this bison is incubating. Okay. Fox is getting ready to mate. How are we doing? How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This one was just born. 7 prairie dogs in there. How many can be in their habitat? Up to 12. 1 male and 11 females. So we want to make sure that we only have 1 male in there. Oh, we've got a lot of males. That is interesting. Although a lot of them are young. This one's an adult. That one's an adult. This one might be a child of them. We're gonna have to watch the inbreeding then. We have 750, or we had 750. No, that went away. Why did? Oh, it's just a new challenge available, not one that we have achieved. But Bison has finished his quarantine. Can go on over here, and we need to. Actually, we're not gonna have. We need hard shelter. Always need hard shelter. Let's go ahead and give him. Yeah, we can't do any of the other ones. I want to give him something nicer than what we have available. So I'm going to build something. Let's go ahead and get to daytime, or daylight if we can. Almost there. Come on, where's that sun? Come on up, sun. There's the bison. So he's going to complain in a minute anyway about not having what he needs. Okay, that's good enough. We're going to pause here. We're going to pause here, like I said. And he needs hard shelter. Actually, he doesn't need hard shelter. He can go underneath the... I guess we don't need it. Okay, and he's got a ton of space. Perfect. Okay, but let's get the terrain. Terrain is actually in really good shape, too. Let's get the nature. So we want North America taiga. Oh, that is nice. Oh, that is a nice new feature. Wow, okay. This is perfect. This is beautiful. We're gonna get these in here. Where are the other ones? So I want this to be woodsy. Because, again, that is our theme. A lot of these really big trees in here. Though that may be contrary to what the antelope wants. We'll see. Ponderosa pine would be good over here, too. to really get a foresty feel in here. So then we need some ground level foliage as well. And maybe we even... Oh, this is nice, actually. I want to fill this whole area in with this. Not the trees, though. We want to remove the trees from that selection. Yeah, that adds a lot to that space. Get some more in over here. And then we can get that terrain, the long grass over like that. So they can be in the grassland out here. Now let's get some soil around this tree. And over here. And then we'll get some more of that ground foliage over in here as well. So we want this stuff, not the trees. That is good. Get that there. Lower it down a tiny bit. Get some more in. Say like that, I think. One more. Over in here. Lower down just a tad. Perfect. Welcome to the zoo, Tongaroa. Did I call it Tongaroa? It shouldn't be called Tongaroa. It should be Northwest Zoo, yeah. But anyway, yes, Jack, welcome, welcome. Hope you're doing well. I think this is gonna work. Okay, let's unpause. Let's see if we can get any antelope yet. Nope. How about more bison? I want either of these. Nope. Oh, Tongaroa music is playing. Hot doggone it. That shouldn't be. Oh well. That's kind of what happens. You know how it goes. Let's go ahead and add... We do need some food in here, bison. We need a food trough. Put that there, and then we need a water pipe as well. Put that over here, I guess. So they should have water and food. Get an herb scent marker enrichment out there. That's all they can get right now. He should be happy, though. He has a lot of good stuff there. Next, we need to get donation bins. Can't forget those. Inspector coming in 6 months. Let's go ahead and put this here. And we'll put some up on this path itself. There we go. And education. We need to figure out, do we have power out this way? No. We don't have power far enough out this way. So at some point we're going to want to add power, but I don't want to spend money on it yet. Maybe we get an education board closer there, I guess, but for now... I don't know, for now, I don't think it's necessary. Zarthi, thank you for the follow. That is very exciting. Have some confetti. And also welcome. We do want to change the name of that habitat, though. And we want that to be bison and antelope. That should... I think that'll be a good thing there. Zarthi, hey, 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 welcome. Glad to have you. And what was I about to say? You don't know what I was about to say. I don't know what I was about to say. The vet has not been to the Prairie Dogs in a while. Why haven't you been to... Okay, maybe we need another vet. Yeah, last year we made 18,000. We can hire a vet. We can get another vet here. We have one doing a lot of research. So the second vet can actually do some of the checkups and stuff like that. And let's see what we could fill in here. We want some sort of nature. Gardening. See, we can't afford to get all the habitat formations. But I feel like I want a garden in some of these areas by the path. Oh, we need a bin over here, apparently. Waste basket. Bin, please. People are being silly with their trash. Anyway. Then in here, this terrain is marking where we're going to put a bunch of guest stuff. Like get a food court in here and stuff like that. Right now we have these food things here that hopefully is helping the guests be a little bit happier about food and water. Ticket price is great. Let's raise it then. 7. Okay, yeah. Many think it's underpriced. Let's go up to 10. We have a few more animals now than we did a while back, so that should be good. Still waiting for more. Here's another bison. Do we have a male right now or a female? Bison, we have a male. Can we have more than one male? 1 male and 14 female, so no. We can only have 1 male. We don't want to get this other one. Bummer. We are going to want... when we can, we're going to get some antelope in there as well. Bison aren't as exciting to the guests. Okay, let's work a little bit in here then. On flowers. Here, let's do that. What was that last one? One of the old prairie dogs died. Research is done. Let's get the vet. Okay, you're doing that one. Nobody is sick with that anymore, so let's go ahead and research other stuff. And the mechanic, what did you get? Grade 1 barriers in your research. Can we do... I'm trying to get this here, not yet researched. It's going to be the one-way glass, I think. And that's really what we want, but can't quite get there. Okay, so this is going to be soil in here. Make it heavy soil. And then we're going to put a garden in. We already have the curb, although we have the benches on the outside of the curb. Wonder if I should move those to the inside. I can't. Okay. So then what we'll do is we will get a log. Log? Nope. We don't have wood that we can use yet. Here we go. We get beams. A round beam. That might work. No, let's do this. We are going to make it at the ground level. Actually, that's not what I want. Undo. Reset the rotation and change the rotation to... Oh, here we go. Angle snap. 45 degrees. That should be fine. 1, 2. Excellent. Then we want to rotate it. We don't want the angle snap anymore. This is where we get tedious in Planet Zoo. But it's also where the Planet franchise really, really shines. Because we can do stuff like this, where it is completely custom. These over like this, and then we will... I don't know if we'll get to putting plants in today. We'll see. One. That one's good. Probably a little bit overkill to get this second beam in as well when we already have that other curb. Could have just removed the benches, I suppose. But this is cooler. And cooler is good. This is going to go that far. Somebody can't find a staff's room. We need another staff room, apparently. That is something to do at some point. Not right now. I wonder if... maybe we just leave the curb there, and this is just for this side. I think that made sense. Yeah. Tickets are overpriced now. Okay, we went too high. Go back to 7 then. Don't want to scare people away. Let's do... is there like mulch or something? Nope. Okay, we're going to do this then. Oh, now we have an important alert. Okay, alright, fine. We will... so the vendors are not part of the work zone. So I think what the solution is to get... or the vendor shops are not part of the work zone. Get those all in there, and then we should be able to go to staff. And we have 3... these guys who don't have a work zone. There you go. Now you do. You can go take a break now. And I think we're going to have to save the landscaping in there for another day, because that is all I have time for today. Be sure to catch my next stream. I might stream tonight. We'll see. It would be a surprise stream, not on the schedule, but I missed last night, and I would like to get another one in. So we'll see if that happens. I'm not sure yet. Don't count on it. But for sure, I will be streaming on Monday at the same time. I'll do Planet Zoo. And Friday next week, Planet Zoo as well. And Tuesday and Thursday next week in the evenings will probably be City Skylines. So that is it for today. Thanks for tuning in. I had a lot of fun. I hope you did as well. And I will catch you next time. Take care.